Management 350, Exam 1 Review. Chapter 5, Planning Concepts and Processes. Chapter 6, Strategic Management Tools and Frameworks. Planning and management provides a structured roadmap that guides organizational direction, decision-making, and resource allocation. At its core, planning involves defining objectives, determining the actions needed to achieve those objectives, and aligning those actions with broader organizational priorities. Students should understand the major types of organizational plans, including strategic, tactical, and operational plans. Strategic plans set long-term goals and are typically crafted by top management, while tactical plans translate strategic intentions into medium-term actions handled by middle management. Operational plans include routine, day-to-day procedures typically executed by first-line managers. Another central idea is management by objectives, or MBO, a collective goal-setting process in which managers and employees jointly develop measurable objectives. MBO promotes alignment and accountability by ensuring that every employee's goals support the broader organizational mission. In addition, effective planning requires forecasting, anticipating future trends, challenges, and opportunities through tools such as scenario planning and contingency planning. Contingency plans are especially important because they prepare organizations to respond quickly to unexpected events such as technological changes, supply chain interruptions, or market disruptions. Planning also includes aligning the hierarchy of goals, ensuring that strategic goals inform tactical decisions and operational actions. Students studying this chapter must also be aware of the common planning challenges, such as over-reliance on rigid plans, resistance to planning activities, and failure to adapt to environmental uncertainty. Real-world business examples, such as companies that innovate quickly or navigate changing customer preferences, illustrate the importance of flexible yet well-structured planning. Understanding these elements helps students appreciate the role planning plays in enhancing organizational efficiency, involving performance outcomes, and positioning organizations for long-term success. Strategic management is a comprehensive process focused on establishing an organization's long-term direction, allocating resources effectively, and achieving a sustainable competitive advantage. Students should begin by mastering mission and vision statements, which express an organization's purpose and aspirations. The mission defines why an organization exists, while the vision describes what it seeks to become. Core values accompany these statements by framing the ethical and cultural principles that guide behavior. One of the most widely used tools in strategic analysis is SWOT analysis, which evaluates internal strengths and weaknesses alongside external opportunities and threats. This framework helps organizations assess their competitive positioning and identify areas for strategic improvement. Another important concept is strategic positioning, famously described by Michael Porter, which emphasizes choosing a distinct competitive strategy, cost leadership, differentiation, or focus to stand out in the marketplace. Students should also understand that the BCG matrix, which classifies organizational products into 4 categories, stars, cash cows, question marks, and dogs, based on the market share and industry growth. This tool informs resource allocation decisions and strategic prioritization. Additionally, competitive intelligence and environmental scanning help organizations monitor rivals, regulatory changes, and market trends, all of which influence strategy formulation. The strategic management process involves 5 major steps: establishing a mission and vision, assessing the environment, formulating strategy, executing the strategy, and monitoring results. Case examples from successful corporations such as technology companies that thrive through innovation or retailers that excel through cost efficiency illustrate how strategic management drives performance. Understanding these tools and processes prepares students to analyze organizational situations, make informed strategic recommendations, and recognize how strategy contributes to long-term organizational success. Chapter 7, Decision-Making Models and Challenges. Chapter 8, Organizational Culture and Structure. Decision-making is a core managerial responsibility that requires evaluating information, selecting the best course of action, and assessing outcomes. Students should understand the rational decision-making model, which involves identifying the problem, generating alternatives, evaluating those alternatives, choosing a solution, implementing the decision, and evaluating its effectiveness. While the rational model provides structure, managers often rely on non-rational models due to time constraints or incomplete information. These models include bounded rationality, which suggests that decision makers are limited by cognitive constraints, and satisficing, which managers choose an option that is good enough rather than optimal. Students should also be familiar with common cognitive biases that distort judgment, including confirmation bias, availability bias, overconfidence, and anchoring. These biases appear frequently in business settings such as hiring, financial planning, and project evaluation. Group decision-making offers benefits such as diverse perspectives and broader acceptance of final decisions, but presents challenges like groupthink, conformity, pressure, and slower process. Techniques such as brainstorming, the Delphi method, and nominal group technique help improve decision quality by reducing bias and encouraging structured idea generation. Real-world examples from product development teams to executive strategy committees reveal the diverse ways organizations approach decisions. Effective decision-making requires analytical skills, awareness of psychological biases, and the ability to adapt decision-making styles based on situational needs. Mastering these concepts allows students to elevate managerial choices more critically and develop stronger problem-solving skills. Organizational culture shapes the behaviors, attitudes, and performance of members within a company. Students studying this chapter should begin with the definition of culture as the shared assumptions, values, and beliefs that guide organizational behavior. Edgar Sheen's model outlines 3 levels of culture: artifacts, which are visible structures and practices; espoused values, the stated beliefs and norms; and the basic assumptions, deeply held, often unconscious beliefs. Understanding these layers helps students analyze how culture influences workplace norms, decision-making patterns, and employee interactions. 4 major culture types, clan, adhocracy, market, and hierarchy, reflect different priorities and organizational values. Clan cultures emphasize collaboration and employee involvement. Adhocracy cultures prioritize innovation and flexibility. Market cultures focus on competitiveness and goal achievement, and hierarchy cultures value stability, order, and efficiency. Students should also appreciate how culture is transmitted through symbols, rituals, stories, heroes, and organizational processes. Structure complements culture by dictating how tasks are divided and coordinated. Common structures include functional, divisional, matrix, and network designs, each which have advantages and trade-offs. For example, matrix structures can enhance collaboration but create confusion regarding authority. Strong culture structure alignments enhance performance, while mismatches can lead to conflict or inefficiency. Companies known for strong cultures, such as those innovative firms that reward experimentation or service-oriented organizations that prioritize customer care, offer insights into how culture drives success. Understanding culture provides a foundation for influencing change, improving employee satisfaction, and strengthening organizational effectiveness. Chapter 9, Human Resource Management Practices. Chapter 10, Change Management and Innovation. Human Resource Management, or HRM, encompasses the systems and processes used to attract, develop, motivate, and retain an effective workforce. Students should begin with the concept of human capital, the collective knowledge, skills, and abilities of employees, which serves as a major source of competitive advantage. HRM activities include workforce planning, job analysis, recruiting, selection, training, performance appraisal, and compensation. Effective recruitment ensures an organization attracts a diverse pool of qualified candidates, while sound selection methods such as structured interviews, cognitive ability tests, and work simulations help identify individuals who best fit job requirements. After hiring, training and development programs enhance employee skills and prepare individuals for future roles. Performance appraisals assess employee contributions and shape reward decisions, though they must be fair, consistent, and free from bias to be effective. Compensation strategies include base pay, incentives, and benefits. They play a crucial role in retaining employees and motivating high performance. HRM also emphasizes legal compliance in areas such as equal employment opportunity, workplace safety, and labor relations. Additionally, organizations increasingly focus on employee engagement and well-being, recognizing their impact on productivity and retention. Real-world examples include companies that excel through strong employee development programs or innovative talent strategies, demonstrate the strategic importance of HRM in achieving organizational success. Organizational change is an inevitable process driven by technological advances, competitive pressures, regulatory shifts, and evolving consumer expectations. Students should understand Lewin's three-step model of change: unfreezing, changing, and refreezing, which provides a structured approach to transitioning individuals and organizations from current states to desired futures. Unfreezing involves preparing employees for change by communicating the need and addressing resistance. Changing includes implementing new processes, technologies, or structures, while refreezing stabilizes the organization by embedding new behaviors and reinforcing them through policy and culture. Another important concept is organizational development, or OD, a systematic effort to improve organizational effectiveness using behavioral science methods such as team building, survey feedback, and process consultation. Innovation, closely related to change, refers to generating and applying new ideas, products, or processes. Organizations may pursue incremental or radical innovation depending on their strategy and environment. Factors that contribute to successful innovation include leadership support, a culture that encourages experimentation, cross-functional collaboration, and adequate resource allocation. Students should recognize common barriers to change such as fear of loss, uncertainty, poor communication, and lack of trust, and the strategies for overcoming them. Examples from companies undergoing digital transformation or implementing new business models help illustrate the principles of effective change and innovation. Understanding these ideas prepares students to lead adaptation efforts and support organizational transformation in dynamic environments.